Hi, kind yogis. Welcome to today's practice overlooking British Columbia's Howe Sound. We have a view of some of Canada's most gorgeous Rockies. I hope you enjoy. Let's go ahead and get started in child's pose. So come to bring your knees mat distance apart. Relax your forehead down onto the mat and start by establishing your breath. We'll take a few inhales and exhales in and out of the nose. Inhale to fill your belly, ribs, chest, and pause. Exhale to deflate your chest, ribs, belly. Squeeze all the air out and hold on empty. Inhale for 1, 2, 3. Exhale 3, 2, 1. Inflate your low back, mid back, upper back. Pause. Exhale, deflate upper back, mid back, low back. Squeeze every last bit of breath out and hold. Inhale for 1, 2, 3. Exhale 3, 2, and 1. Tilt your head up. Slowly walk your hands over to the left. Tenting the fingertips, you can lengthen. And then exhale to relax the head down between the arms, coming into a nice side stretch. Seeing if you can now inhale to inflate the right hip, the waist, right underarm, and hold. Exhale for 3, 2, 1. Do that one more time. Breathe in for 1, 2, 3. Exhale 3, 2, 1. Slowly tilt the head up. Walk the finger pads back through center and now over to your right. Inhale to lengthen. And on your exhale, relax the forehead down between your arms. And again, send a nice long line of breath across your left side body. Inhale from the left hip, the waist, underarm. Exhale 3, 2, 1. Breathe in for 1, 2, 3. Exhale 3, 2, 1. And tilt your head up. Walk your hands back through center. And we're going to inhale to rise up and find our melting heart posture right away. So step your hands a little farther forward. Keep the hips elevated above the knees. And then start to melt the heart down towards the mat. So send either the forehead to the earth. You can even do the chin. And just take several deep breaths here. And tilting the sit bones up to the sky. As you push down through the hands. Maybe even kind of rotating that right armpit down towards the mat. And then the left. And just encouraging the arms to open a little bit more. And then walking the hands back under the shoulders. We're going to adjust the hips so the knees are underneath the hips once again. Extend your right leg back. And just do a few pulses here, forward and back, stretching the calf muscle, the posterior chain of the body. And then relax that right knee down and switch sides. Ball of your left foot charges into the mat, pulsing forward and back. Just a couple of times. Excellent. And take a couple rounds of cat and cow. So inhale to sway the belly down, tilt the sit bones and the crown up. On your exhale, curl through the back body. Tuck the tailbone under, chin to chest. Inhale for cow, swaying the belly. Exhale, curl through the back body. Tail rounds under, chin draws in. One more, inhale. And curl as you exhale. Return to your neutral spine. And from here, we're just going to do a few circles through that right hip. So you're going to take it all the way back and around. this a few times, just kind of oiling the hip joint. I like the saying, motion is lotion for your body. And so picturing that here, almost as though you're lubricating that joint, getting rid of any stiffness or stickiness. You can change directions now. And then we're gonna step that right foot out to the side. And then rotate to the heel. And just kind of go with your toes in this semi-arc. Getting a nice opening through the inner thigh. Internally and externally rotating your hip. And then from here, you're gonna come to stand on your left knee. Take your left fingertips to the earth beside you or a block. Inhale that right arm up and all the way overhead. Nice, beautiful side stretch. And then rotate that right hand down. We're gonna send this right knee back underneath the hip. We'll switch sides, taking big circles now through your left hip, rotating that ball and socket joint. Seeing if you can make this as smooth and large as possible, even kind of going back behind the hip. Change directions. Just being really mindful of areas in the hip that, again, have any kind of stickiness from life's sedentary movements or repetitive movements. And then from here, you're gonna send that left foot out. And once again, we're gonna point the toes to the sky and then turn them in and all the way out. Just kind of rotating through that leg. Still moving with breath, even in these subtle movements. And then you're gonna relax that left knee back underneath the hip. We'll tuck our toes, find our first downward facing dog. Let the head relax down towards the earth. And just take a few long breaths in and out of your nose. Feeling your belly, again, expand and deflate. Nod the head yes or no if you like, releasing any tension. Bend the knees as much as needed. Good, and then you're going to bend the knees and step forward to the outsides of your hands. And we'll come into a yogic squat to start our practice this morning. So try if you can to find a long spine. So you're going to send the sit bones down towards the earth as you elongate through the crown of your head. Press down firmly through all four corners of your feet. The palms are touching in prayer, elbows encouraging the knees open, getting a little bit more of an opening through the inner hips as the knees are keeping this stretch active. So they're kind of encouraging in towards the elbows. Close the eyes and take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Full inhale and full exhale. Good, you're gonna take the finger pads down. You're gonna start to lift the bum, turn the toes to face forward, finding your first forward fold. Feel free to kind of bend the knees, shift the hips. Just find some organic movement as you sway. And this movement kind of changes the stretch. You're getting all the angles of the legs. Good. Step your right foot behind your left. Walk your hands over to the left side of the space, finding a side stretch across the right hip. Big breath in to lengthen. Exhale to fold over that leg. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to fold. And walk the hands back through center and switch. This time, left foot comes behind the right. Slowly tiptoe your fingers to the right. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and fold. Lengthen. And fold. Good. Release, come back through center. You're going to inhale, find a flat spine stretch. Hands to the shins. Lengthen the crown forward. Pause here. Focus on having an active spine. Notice if you're rounding your back, can you draw the shoulder blades together and back? And can you send the sit bones straight back behind you? Bend the knees as much as needed to ensure that you can find that length in your spine. Big breath in. Slowly slide the hands down to shins and fold forward. We're going to repeat that movement. A flat back stretch is actually what trains our spine to find length throughout the day. That's why we return to it so much in our practice. Let's do it again. Inhale to lengthen and pause. Really train your body on proper form here. Lengthen through your crown. Pin the shoulder blades together. Brace through your core and send the sit bones back. Bend the knees as much as needed. Take a big breath in. Exhale to fold. Good. From here, we're going to inhale, circle the arms all the way up, reach for the sky. And on your exhale, hands come to your heart. We're going to do a kind of different form of flow today. So you're going to step your feet wider than hip distance like you're preparing for Malasana. We're going to inhale, reach the arms up, look up. On your exhale, bend the knees, fold forward. Inhale to lengthen, flat spine here. Exhale to sit into Malasana. Good. Inhale to lengthen. Fingertips touch the floor. Step your right toes back. Right hand roots down and find a twist. Reach your left arm up towards the sky. And take your left hand to the back of your head. Open the heart towards the clouds. And on your exhale, elbow to elbow. Inhale to open the thoracic spine. Exhale, connect. Inhale, open. Exhale, connect. Open and connect. One more time. Breathe in and connect. Root your left hand down and step your left foot to the back of the mat for a plank posture. Option to tap the knees down or keep them lifted. Big breath in. On your exhale, lower all the way to your belly. Untuck your toes. Inhale to find a baby cobra. Maybe tenting the fingers or hovering them off the floor. See if you can find length through the back of your neck, so chin is just slightly tucked. Press down through the tops of your feet. Lift the lower rib cage a little higher. Inhale. Hands touch down as you exhale. Tuck your toes, lift table, downward dog. Big breath in and a long breath out. Send your right heel to the sky. Breathe in. Open your hips. Exhale. Drop the heel towards the glute as you yawn the hips open today. And sending the right knee towards the sky. Left heel down towards the mat. We have a strong focus today on the low body, the opening of the hips, strength of the glutes. And so just take your time as we warm into practice. Draw a couple of circles into that right ankle. Good, and then square the hips. Option to step halfway forward or all the way. Heel toe that right foot out, toes on an angle like you would for Malasana. Right arm reaches up, finding a nice twist through the spine, a rotation. Breathe in. Right hand to the back of your head. As you exhale, connect elbow to elbow. Inhale to open. Exhale to close. Breathe in and open. Exhale to close. 3 more. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in. Breathe out. 1 more. Exhale. Right hand releases down. Tense your fingertips and then step this left foot to the outside of the hand, finding Malasana once more. Breathe in and relax here. And you can lift your bum. Inhale. Lengthen, hands to shins. Fold, exhale. Turn your toes to face forward. Inhale, rise up, reach for the sky. Exhale, hands for the heart. We're going to do that same flow one more time, and then we'll build on it. So you're going to inhale, reach up, turn your toes out. Exhale, bend the knees, fold forward. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, Malasana. Hands plant down, step your right foot back. Right hand stays rooted. Inhale to lift your left arm up. Hand to the back of the head. Exhale, connect. Moving with breath. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, connect. Left fingertips to the sky. Open up. Hand to the back of the head. Connect. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Plant the left hand down, slide your left foot back, breathe in at the top of your push-up. Option to tap the knees down or come all the way to the mat. Untuck your toes, this time baby or full cobra. Peel the head, chest, belly off of the mat. And pause here. Try if you can to think about sliding the shoulder blades down as you lift the crown a little higher. And maybe look over that right shoulder and over the left. Come back to center and then relax. Hands plant down, tuck your toes. Inhale, plank or table. Downward dog on your exhale. Full breath in. Full breath out. Left heel to the sky as you inhale. Open, externally rotate your left hip, drop the heel towards the glute. Look underneath the nose. Just take a couple of breaths as you circle out your left ankle here. Good, square the hips, extend the leg. Option to step the foot halfway and help it, or step all the way through to the outside of your left hand. This time you're going to inhale the left arm up to the sky. Hand to the back of the head, connect. Inhale to lift. Exhale, connect. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in and lift up. And exhale. One more. Exhale. Left fingertips come underneath the shoulders. You're going to hinge the hips back, or rather spring the hips back and forward, coming into your malasana. Sit nice and low. Take one full breath cycle. Exhale. Lift your bum. Lengthen, inhale. Fold, exhale. Turn the toes to face forward. Inhale to circle the arms all the way up. Hands to your heart as you exhale. Okay, so we're going to build a bit more heat. So finding a chair pose in your feet. So you're going to bend the knees, take a nice deep squat. And on your exhale, you're going to hop. Whoops, we'll do that again. So you're going to sit into your chair. Inhale, hop. Exhale, sit down. Hop up and down. Up and down. Inhale. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fold. Lengthen and breathe in. Fold, breathe out. One more time, lengthen and fold. Good. Step your feet a little wider, turn the toes out. You're going to step your right foot back. And here we're going to come into a bit deeper of a hip stretch. So you can tap your back knee down, and then feel free to come to the outer edge of your left foot, encouraging that knee open with your hand if you like. And take a couple of deep breaths here as we find a sensation of elasticity in the left hip. And direct your attention less to the knee and the foot and more to the actual ball and socket joint of your hip. See if you can visualize your left femur bone. That's the bone underneath the quad. Can you see if you can imagine it rotating? Opening through the hip structure. An option here is to stay as you are for another 5 breaths, or maybe you start to pick up that right heel behind you. Option to stay here, or maybe can you reach back with your left hand, encouraging the glutes. So you're finding not only here an opening through your hips, your right quad, but a rotation through your spine. It's really important to remember here in this posture, it's not about how far you go. It doesn't make you a more advanced yogi if you can fold your body into a pretzel-like shape. What makes us advance in our practice is if we honor our body, if we have the humility to give it what it needs and no more or no less. Relax that back foot down. You're going to heel toe your left foot in line with the hip, and we'll take a low lunge. So inhale to reach the arms up. And just take a pause here. Maybe even tucking the tail, you might sit a little lower. And finding length through your low back, stretching through the right psoas or hip flexor. A couple of full breaths here. Okay, begin to tuck the toes behind you. Left hand can come to the knee if you need the support. We're going to rise up, finding our first high lunge. We'll come into some 90-90 squats. So you might send this right foot in a little closer. You're going to tap the knee down and lengthen the leg. Knee taps down and lengthen the leg. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and step forward. We're going to inhale to circle the arms up, hands to your heart, exhale. And so this time we're going to do hop squats, but we'll do our wider stance because we're going to land in Malasana. So you're going to get nice and low. We're going to hop up and sit back down. Hop up and down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whew. Good. Take a rest. Plant your hands down. We're going to find the second side. So this time, the left foot steps back. And take the right hand to the knee, tap your left knee down. You might rotate to the blade of that right foot, flexing the toes up. And once again, focusing on the rotational movement of this thigh. So thinking here less, again, about the knee or the foot. Still you have your attention there, but the majority of your attention is on the rotation of this femur within the socket. Option here to stay as you are for another 5 full breaths, or take this right hand behind you, encouraging that heel towards the glute. Finding some deep breath here. Good, and then you're going to release that right hand down, the back foot down, heel toe the right foot in line again, once again with the hips. We're going to find our low lunge. So option to take this 90-90 formation where there's 90 degrees at the right knee, 90 degrees at the left, and stay here. Or if it feels good for you, you can slide your left leg back in space and find this nice deep low lunge. Both variations, if you give a slight tuck of the tail, it encourages a deeper stretch across the left hip flexor and psoas. Good, you're gonna slowly bring this left knee in just a little bit if you've taken it back. We're gonna tuck the toes behind us and we'll find these 90-90 lunges. So you're going to tap your back knee down and lengthen the leg. Down and up. Down and up. Finding nice stabilization through both feet for support. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend your knee and step forward. Okay, we can do that same flow, but adding, making it a bit more challenging. So, when you're ready, Malasana. Sit nice and low. We just got 5 of these hops. So, breathe in, exhale, hop. 2, 3, 4, 5. Take a rest. Breathe in and exhale. This time you're going to take your right foot back, tap the knee down, encourage the hip open. 2 breaths. Good. Heel toe that left foot back in line, low lunge. Inhale the arms up. Tuck your toes, lift the knee. 5, pulsing. 4, 3, 2, 1. Listen carefully. Bend your back knee. Bring the knee to the chest. And step it back. To the chest. Step it back. It might be easier if you have hands on the hips. It's up to you. And back. For 3, 2, 1. Knee to chest. And we'll find a bit of balance here. Take your left hand to the right knee. Right hand behind you. See if you can look over that thumb. If you want more challenge, hand to the outer foot. Extend forward. Good. Release that foot down. We're going to come to the second side. Malasana. Sit your hips down. We got 5 hops. Breathe in. Exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a rest. Breathe in. Exhale. And this time you step your left foot back. Open the hip. 2 full breaths. Good. Heel toe that right foot in line with the hip. Find your low lunge. Inhale the arms up. Landing here. Tuck the toes behind you, and we'll find this pulsing, lifting up and down for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend your knee, knee to chest. 5, 4. This is strength and balance. 3, 2, 1. Knee to chest. Finding our balancing posture. Right hand to the knee behind you. You might take your left hand to your sacrum. And just as you twist, try if you can not to open the hip with you. Keep the hips level and use your hand as a gauge. And then look over your left shoulder. Option 2, stay here. Or maybe again, take the hand to the outer foot and kick. Looking at one spot. Really bringing this pose to life with breath. Good, and relax down. We're going to inhale to circle the arms up. Exhale to fold forward over the legs. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to fold. And take your hands to your peace fingers or take your hands underneath the soles of the feet. You're going to lengthen up through the spine. And exhale to pull, finding this Padangustasana, forward fold. Drawing the forehead a little closer to the shins or the knees. Bend the knees if you need to, and then tilt the sit bones up. You'll notice you have more freedom in your low back here. And then slowly start to release one hand at a time. And we're gonna step the right foot and the left foot back to plank. And we're gonna hold. See if you can squeeze the quads, tuck the tail. Push the earth away from you. And we'll do some scapular push-ups. So your elbows do not bend, and you just squeeze the shoulder blades together and then pull them apart, pushing away. Squeeze them together, pull them apart. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tap the knees down. Excellent. So from here, we're going to find half Hanuman. So you're going to step your right foot forward between the hands. Lengthen that leg. Inhale. On your exhale, fold over the front leg. A few deep breaths here. Visualizing your breath traveling across the back of that right leg. Good, and then slide this right leg back and we'll switch. Left leg comes forward, lengthen your spine as you breathe in, and fold as you breathe out. And close your eyes and see if once again you can come back to that breath that you established at the start of practice. Coming back to this moment. And tilt the head up. We're going to actually rotate all the way to the right. So you have two options here. You can either bring the big toes to touch and the knees very wide apart, sending the hips down and then arms forward for a really wide-legged child's pose. Option 2, you might actually come to frog. So you're gonna turn the toes out, encourage the hips back into the sockets. Come to your forearms and stay here. Close the eyes and send your breath all the way to the pelvis, the base of the diaphragm. You might even eventually just create a bit of pulsing forward and back. And then to come out of this posture, you're going to spin the big toes to touch, tucking them under, and come to draw the knees back underneath the hips. And we're going to come into sleeping hero. So this is another low body stretch. You're going to bring your knees mat distance apart, big toes touching. Send your hips down towards your heels, tuck them under. So this is a pose that doesn't always work for everyone. You might stay here. This can be really intense. Option to put a folded blanket underneath the femur, kind of wedging into the back of the knees, just to create some space there. We're going to come down onto the back. Option to stay on your forearms or come all the way down to the earth. Arms outstretched behind you. Close the eyes and take several long breaths in and out of your nose. Maybe rest your hands on your belly. Good, and then from here, you're gonna tuck your fingers underneath your shins if you're all the way down. We'll all press into the elbows and slowly rise up. Push back into your downward dog. Just neutralizing the spine. We've got one more stretch for the hips. It's pigeon. Extend the right leg high, breathe in. On your exhale, right knee to the back of your right wrist. Flex the toes up and slowly lowering down. And this is some time here for you to just get quiet. Notice your mind as thoughts start to wander in and out of your consciousness. Can you practice discipline? As you catch the thoughts with kindness, just gently guiding yourself back to the here and now. And then pressing into the hands. We're actually going to lean to the outside of the right hip. Send this left leg all the way around. And we'll find a twist. So the left hand comes behind you. Right elbow or hand hooks. And just gently encourage a nice deep twist. Come back to center, and we'll actually come right into the second twist. So left leg comes forward, right foot comes to the outer thigh, right hand behind you, hook the elbow and twist. And from the base up, just enjoying this really nice release through all the discs and vertebrae in your spinal column. Good. From here, to release, we're going to come to the outer left hip. Swing this right leg all the way back and around, finding pigeon. Just relaxing into this beautiful posture of stillness. Pressing into the hands, slowly rise. We'll actually come to seated to close our practice. So finding cross-legged or kneeling, you're welcome to find Shavasana after this. I highly encourage you to spend at least 5 minutes in Shavasana. Each time your mind tells you it's time to get up and go, I encourage you to, again, try discipline. Take a deep breath. Remind yourself it's just 5 minutes of your day to be present here and now. Thank you so much for joining me in your practice today. From my heart to yours, namaste.